Hi, I'm the lighting guy, and today I want to talk about the 5 main myths behind LED tubes. Myth number 1 is that they're too expensive. When we started our business back in 2009, 6 years ago, then they were expensive. But since then, they've reduced by about 400%. Energy's gone up, electricity costs have gone up, and actually keeping your fluorescents and not changing LED tubes is what actually ends up being expensive. LED tubes now give a very good return on investment, usually between 9 and about 16 months. So they are not expensive, it's just expensive not to do anything about them. Second myth is they're not as bright as T8 fluorescents. Well, I suppose this is true if you look at it from a particular angle, and you'll have to excuse the pun later, is that fluorescents give off their light in 360 degrees. And in most fittings, they're wasting their light, actually not going onto the subjects that they're intended for. Whereas LED tubes are directional, and they push out their light between 140 and 120 degrees. So if you look at the total light output of a fluorescent versus an LED tube, in terms of the direction that they're going and the amount of light, useful light, then the LED tube, a very good LED tube, will measure up, especially ones that are above 100 lumens per watt. The third myth is that they don't last very long. Now, this is true if you buy a shit LED tube. It's not going to last very long. This is just the reality of anything. If you spend some good money on an LED tube, and I've done another article about good questions to ask yourself before you buy an LED tube, if you've done that and you've made a good investment, your LED tube is going to last 50,000 hours. Whereas your fluorescent T8s are going to last, if you're lucky, about 8,000 hours. So you're looking at an LED tube lasting between 5 to 6 times as long as a fluorescent. I would say that that's something that has a very good lifespan. Fourth myth is that LED tubes can't be installed into your existing fittings. Well, this is obviously untrue. One of the biggest markets in South Africa right now is the retrofit market. So offices and buildings and factories and you name it, anywhere where there are fluorescent tubes, you have fluorescent fittings. LED tubes have been designed to retrofit out T8 fluorescents. I've done another video on this as well about how to install your LED tubes, but in a nutshell, you just need to bypass the starter, the ballast, and possibly do a little bit of rewiring, and you can keep your LED fittings, your T8 fittings. Now the last myth, and this is one of the things that people actually don't know very much about, is that you can't do anything with your LED tubes once they go post-warranty. You can't fix them. This is true if you're buying imports. If you buy an imported LED tube, once it pops after the warranty's over, you might as well throw it away, or recycle it, than throwing it away. If it's a locally manufactured LED tube, then you can get the components inside replaced or repair it for minimal cost. So I hope that the talking about these myths has told you a little bit more about LED tubes, and I'm the lighting guy, and I hope this has helped.